Hey, it's Dan Brown, Senior Service Consultant, and I'm actually sitting here with Mr. Rushi Trivedi, and he is the husband of Dr. Shilpa Trivedi. Mr. Trivedi, I want to ask you a couple questions. You know, when you first came on to do the Power Program, you had done the ABCs. You were kind of on the fence about the Power Program to a degree. You just didn't know about it. I would love to know, what was the backstory of your practice and your set of circumstances with Shilpa and stuff? Maybe you could just tell people a little bit about what was the before like.
So before, as you know, I'm not a dentist. I am an engineer. I have two masters, computer science, finance, did well in Wall Street. My wife is a dentist from India, and she buys her practice within 1 year of graduating. She's working 6 days a week, almost from a scratch practice kind of. She's making money, I'm making money, but something was missing, and we didn't have time for each other. So our main reason to work together was find time, because money was there in my business and she was making some, and it was good life. So then I joined my wife, decided to quit. It took me a long time to quit what I was doing because she wouldn't quit. She loved dentistry. I joined her.
Okay, so if I understand this right, you were in the finance world and successful, but your wife, being a dentist, she really was passionate about dentistry, and you guys wanted to be working together, either she with you or you with her. So she wasn't going to budge, and you wanted to join up with her. Is that right?
Yeah, that's so correct. And I'm glad I did that. Yes. And so we hired consultant. But see, negative part of consultant who come to your office, they're good people, but they go and the training goes with them. And I wasn't happy. And also I wanted time. I was more involved in the office than I should be. Yeah. So then I found MGE. After 3 years of joining her, I got a postcard, and I signed up for ABC seminars, which they changed the whole concept of how do you help patients. After that, we treated every single patient as if they're our family member, and you don't back off. Back off means like you go beyond this money and all the objections. And so you just make sure the patient has a oral health which can last forever, good oral health. So that's what MGE taught us in seminar ABC. Our revenue or measurement of health, almost, I don't know, 8x after joining MGE.
8 times.
Yeah.
You went 8 times. Your collections went 8 times just after the ABCs.
Yeah.
Ah.
Over time, between 2 locations. Of course, profit went up 20x because you're bigger now. But in that process, what happened, beautiful thing was, we were able to employ more people who never knew how to care for a customer. So it's kind of, they were in retail business, they were in restaurants or clothing store, and they were in retail for, let's say, 5, 10, 15 years. And they joined us. We showed them concept of caring, and they would like to join us at pay cut, because now they thought we could be valuable to someone else and change their life. So it was actually after joining MGE in a year or two, it felt like a temple or some church or where everybody wants to care for each other. There was a camaraderie between staff, patients. I mean, you can see we have 1,000 Google review, 5-star. Our referral base, I think the highest we got from referral patients, new patients, was 200 new patients in a month. Just people referring patients,
Wow.
Each other, family. Our average is now about 120, 140, between 2, when I say. So before MGE, we were just making money, not so responsible for the patients. But after MGE, we became very responsible. My wife, which is Dr. Shilpa Trivedi, I think she's the biggest female-owned practice in the country. I don't know, but she has, in current office, she has helped 55,000 patients so far. And in Manhattan, we took over from Dr. Kamdar, and we have helped there almost 60,000 patients. So 100,000 plus patients helped. Yeah.
Wow, it's totally incredible. It sounds like, and you tell me, because I don't know the story so well, but it sounds like really truly after the ABCs, you probably could have been just fine. I'm curious, what did the Power program bring? You got a background in finance, you're an engineer, you have business degrees. So what was there to entice you or make you interested in doing the Power program after the ABCs?
So Power program gave us a codification or systems to expand. Like, let's say example, there will be a corner deli who's serving the best burger in the town, but he stays one small corner deli. Unless he applies expansion system or rules and becomes not McDonald's, or I don't know what name to use here, but some nice high-class restaurant in multiple locations. So that was Power program did to us. Codification on hiring, training, finance, management, sales, you just name it, all the areas of business.
Fantastic. And how has that worked out for you guys? I mean, you painted the before picture, which doesn't sound like it was a bad picture. I mean,
No.
You were financially successful. She was doing okay. The practice was doing okay. But tell me what the after picture looked like after putting in these management and executive tools that you learned doing the Power program.
See, Power program teaches you a willing person you hire and how you make them executive. And you're more executive in a company as a founder, owner, you become more freer. So Power program gave us a lot of freedom of time. And with that time, you can play with the family or you do philanthropy activities or whatever you want to do. So we got the time. At the same time, we set up 6-7 managers who were trained by Power program, and they felt good, and their family making more income. And then we hired more people. So Power program, we went from 4 people to almost 65 people. Yeah.
You have 65 staff between the two practices?
Staff. Yeah, full-time, part-time, yeah.
Wow.
So
wow.
That I think I haven't stepped. So I found MGE in 2003. After a few months, I signed up with Power program. Within 3 years, I didn't have to go to office at all. So I was a full-time manager. And now I'm being actually fired by one of my team members. Literally, I went on June 9th, 2006 to office, and she's fully trained at MGE. She said, "You're fired." I said, "What?" "No, I'll be the manager from tomorrow." And she's with me 25 years now next year. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I started a second office, and then I started other stuff. I'm an investor, so I do well in the investing side. So that gave me a lot of free time, and I've done so many activities. So Power program gave us freedom, of course, income, but we were able to help so many people. It's just like a patient. We have 3rd generation patient coming to office now. 3rd generation. Like, don't tell Shilpa, she's not old, she's very young, but she's helping the kids of the like grandchild of a patient she used to get. And
oh, it's just awesome.
There are cheap dentists in town. Cheap is not inexpensive dentists. They're good dentists. I mean, they do good quality. They still choose to come with us. Like, we are not cheap. We charge good price, and the reason we charge because we believe in our quality of material and workmanship. And patients have gone to these doctors, and they say, we don't feel that care, we feel like preferred care. And that's what we have earned from patients, like the genuine care. And it's fun. When you genuinely care, oh man, 20 hours looks like 1 hour. Yeah. You don't get tired.
Lovely. It's really just awesome. I mean, you guys have built a virtual empire, but it doesn't sound like it's around money, like you're money motivated. It sounds like you really have a great place to work at where people can come and help people. And that appears to be the overriding factor and the chief element by which you guys live. Do I have that right?
Yeah, and you're so right about it, because if you see my email is maza. In Hindi means fun. So I only wanted to do things which I'm having fun. And not only me, my staff, my patients, my doctor, my hygienist. So we create an environment is so much fun. And I challenge anyone to come visit us and see how much fun it is in New York City. Yeah. And that was—
I love it. And it's competitive there, right? It's competitive in that area. I mean, it's like there's a lot of dentists there, yeah?
Like around me in commutable distance, I would say 25-mile radius, maybe 30 radius. My estimate is 9,000 dentists. So every Manhattan office in one block, I may have 50 dentists.
Wow. Wow. Rushi, tell me this, when you first looked at doing the Power program, just like anybody else, you had concerns, time, the cost. What were the concerns that you and your wife Shilpa, as the doctor, had before you signed up?
Expensive, of course, but it was too good to be true. I mean, the way I'm talking about Power program, I heard from other clients who do extremely well. And so the one is a time commitment, like almost 90 days or 60 days and X amount of money. But then I'm an investor. Right? I invest money in real estate, stock, and all those things. So the viewpoint I carried to push me forward, I said, my wife has invested, let's say, since a doctor, so that's almost that time, 8,000 days, because since from the dental school to 8,000 days, and become dentist, almost $2-3 million of investment of practice. So I said, okay, so after investing 8,000 days and $2 million, we are here right now. And if all the clients says, anyone who did a Power program, they have freedom and more money, more income, they're helping more patients. So I said, my loss is now 90 days and X amount of dollars. So I compared with what I've lost. It sounded so small, relatively. Yeah. So that was my logic.
Spoken like a true business person.
Yeah. It's what's your maximum gain and minimum maximum risk. So risk was I lose all the money, but gain was tremendous potential. And I wouldn't like to go 10 years forward and look back and say, what the hell, why I didn't do it. If we found MGE in 1994, it will be a whole different story. When my wife started practice, we'll be like 20 times bigger. But that's fine. We're gonna become 20 times bigger.
Oh, nice. Well, you're still young, so plenty of opportunity left. Rushi, I'm curious, how has, obviously this has financially impacted your life positively and such, but beyond the money and personally, just less stress and these sort of things, how else has this impacted for you and Shilpa, your wife, as the doctor? Tell me a little bit about, outside of just the financial rewards of this, how has this affected you two and your family?
Shilpa and I realized we are not as caring people as we thought we were. We were caring for family, children, patients, staff. What is about these people around us, the mankind? And Shilpa and I made a decision in 2006 that before we die, we're going to change 20 million people's lives. And that's the biggest impact we got in our life, which if you didn't find MGE, this is Rushi Trivedi and Shilpa Trivedi. Some vacation, some Bentleys, some photos of Switzerland and Facebook, and some fancy parties and some bags here and there. That will be my life. I call it, sorry, I don't offend, but our life will be eat, shit, and die.
And well, I think we definitely got the point on that. Awesome. Well said. Well said. Rushi, tell me a little bit about 2020 and COVID-19. I mean, you were in probably one of the most restricted areas when the lockdown happened. Tell me about the Power program, and did that help? Did your connection with MGE help? Tell me a little bit about how you're faring for 2020.
So Power program gives you a lot of organization skill, right? And any successful business you see, be it a Starbucks, McDonald's, or Southwest Airline, what key to their success is organization. So when this thing went down, we knew exactly how to organize in one day, what to do, what to plan, and financially, new patients, team-wise. So we used that skill of organization, and we realized this is a perfect time to genuinely help others. So Shilpa, my wife, and my son decided not to close office, because we were allowed to do emergencies. We can't do elective surgeries. So they chose not to close and also not to charge patients for calls. So we had our phone line open 90 hours a week. Someone was picking up a call 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day, because 95% of the offices in my area were closed. So the viewpoint they carry, this is the perfect time to get those 20 million people help goal. So we took every single call. Shilpa was have a list of patients to call. I mean, they were working 7 days a week without making money. So I love that part. And we were able to address every single patient. People drove 200 miles to come to our office because they were in pain. So if we didn't do Power program, we'll have been closed. But then the beauty happened. You know, as a Bible or any book says, you do good deed, good thing comes in. When we really opened on June 9th, oh man, our number, boom, shot up. Because there was a good vibe in the environment about health. And we did extremely well up to opening.
Wow. Wow. Well done. And such a great example. I mean, really, you've set an example, not just for other dentists, but I think for business in general, like what's our responsibility to our public. So well done to you guys on that. Really just awesome. Rushi, you've now brought this, you've extended things to your children. And I'd love to, if you wouldn't mind, sharing the story a little bit about what you've achieved now as both business owner, but also as a father, you and Shilpa as father and mother.
So when I found MGE, my son was 10-year-old. And I have 9 years of college. I'm a straight A and did very well in business. And one thing I realized, that school doesn't help you as much, right? So this line I coined in when I was 24-year-old or 25. A formal education makes you living, and self-education makes you fortune. So I said, you know what? I'm going to teach my son this thing. So since he was 10, he would start coming to seminars at MGE, hang out there with me, go to do some courses. But in 2 years, he met so many dentists, successful business, and that changed his life, his viewpoint of life. He knew that education doesn't end at 12th grade or graduation. So he was better communicator in school. He was better orator in school because of MGE. And Louis Cologne actually gave him a little extra attention. So he was allowed to speak sometime in some seminars or some gathering. So fast forward, when he decided to become a dentist, actually because of MGE, I credit MGE because he graduated from college at 18. 4 years
Oh, wow.
earlier. Yeah. Because he was so confident and the study skills and other stuff. And before he went to dental school at NYU, he was fully trained by MGE in ABCs. And my daughter also is a student at MGE. She also finished college at 18. She's at 18 in dental school. She'll be youngest dentist in America, I guess. At 21, she'll be dentist. And she's right now getting trained on extension course and all the other things at MGE on the book she's reading. So when she's 21 and graduates from Stony Brook Dental, I told her, I'm going to give you 4 practices to run at 21. And at 22, she should be earning a take-home $1 million. So Power Program is like a Harvard Business School of training, not only business or executive, the whole family. If you look at it that way, and that's how I looked at it. So don't tell them, but they can charge $500,000 for a Power Program, and it's not enough. That's what.
Just not charge you.
Yeah,
because you already paid.
Yes.
Awesome. Hey, Rushi, last thing I want to ask you, if there's doctors sitting on the fence, should I do this Power Program? Should I not? Now with COVID and all that's happened this year and some of the things that are still hanging coming into 2021, give me, your 15, 30-second overview of what would you want another doctor to know about when it comes to the Power Program or, a supporting spouse such as yourself?
Yeah. So let's say those who don't want to do it. This is 2020, and fast forward to 5 years, they'll be same. That's I don't want to guarantee that, but you cannot get a change in future if you don't change something drastically now. A drastic change, boom, can make future change. And Power Program brings that. So you don't invest money, don't invest time, 25, same exact story, or you take this big leap of faith, do it, and be in 2025 and be free or sooner. Yeah. I don't have a time machine, but I can see literally those without Power Program now and then, and those with Power Program now and then. This is going to be a huge difference. So just
thank you for that.
Do it. The Nike
awesome.
t-shirt.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Good. Rushi, I really appreciate you taking time here and sharing this. Just to confirm, you're not being incentivized or paid for this. This is from your heart, correct?
It is from my heart, and you can't pay me enough to do this. I love MGE because they change so many lives. Not only business, the families. Because of MGE, I was just counting other day, I have put $70 million in economy through just employment in the last 20 years. And wow. So it's amazing. MGE's, I'm glad I found you guys. Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you found us too. And it's been an absolute pleasure working with you. And I certainly look forward to doing so more in the future. Well done on your success. Truly, as a owner, as a supporting spouse, and, as an entrepreneur, and really as a father. I mean, it's just incredible. So well done and continue. And thank you again for the time. I really appreciate you sharing these words.
This is just the start of a big new game. So this is not an end. This is the start of a new game. In next 10 years, there's going to be some amazing things going to happen. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I look forward to that. And count us in. We're going to be right there with you.
Yes, sir.
Rushi, thanks again. And appreciate all that you've done and all that you are.
Do it. Thank you.
Now, for you watching this, you too could have this same success. The MGE Power Program has helped over 1,200 of your dental colleagues make a combined $9.9 billion in additional revenue. And yes, that's billion with a B. And to give you an idea, after the first year of doing the program, the average Power client sees an 89% increase in collections. Within 5 years, it's a sustained 232% increase. What would that mean to you? Well, if you're collecting $50,000 a month on average, that's about $95,000 a month after 1 year, and $166,000 a month 4 years later. Even better, these doctors are doing these numbers while focusing on patient care, doing the type of dentistry they love to do, not just what the insurance covers, having a great team and enjoying coming to work in the morning, assuming control of their practice and schedule, being able to take time off and not working excessive hours, being able to sleep at night because they feel secure about the future of their practice, and knowing that they always have unlimited access to a top MGE consultant to get help and solve problems together. And what makes this all possible? Revolutionary education and coaching on practice management systems that not only work, but that continue to work again and again as their practices grow. It's truly a case where some extra work now makes your life and the rest of your career far more rewarding. So what's next? Well, you need to find out if the MGE Power Program would be a good fit for your practice. And listen, don't wait. Enrollment for this year is limited. So go to mgeonline.com/power program and fill out the form today to learn more. Or call us now at 1-800-640-1140. We're here and we're ready to bring these same results to you. We want you to succeed, and we know how to make that happen.